My name is Jayson Moran, and I made this video to explain what I do and why I do it. So I think it's important that people are empowered to make a positive impact on both themselves and on the world, so whether that's a personal or a professional project. So I've worked for and with some very successful people over the years. And these people tended to build things, and as a result of building things, they would tend to have a very positive effect on their environment, so on their communities and on their businesses. And I suppose what I wanted to do with this business is to help people to build things. Another thing I noticed is often when people were building something, well, they usually came across some barriers or obstacles or challenges in the way. So another important aspect of this business for me was to develop and to help people to overcome their challenges. I am a coaching psychologist, so that means I help people with a goal achieve that goal. So, do you know those really important things that you need to get done? I help people do those things. Maybe it's get that business idea from a conception to being something concrete and off the ground. Maybe it's to get that important project and work over the line. Perhaps it's to change a behavior or to create a particular feeling. Or maybe it's to solve a problem that's been hanging over you for a while. So my focus is on your performance, your effectiveness, your motivation, and also your well-being, because they're all very connected. So I help you achieve your goals by looking at 3 key areas. Firstly, I help people better understand themselves and their situations. We might do this through looking at things like maybe personality assessment, maybe having a deep look at what's important or your values, or maybe having a look at things like emotional intelligence. Another aspect of understanding yourself might be to look at the balance between different areas of your life, or to look at your performance in different aspects of your job or your career. Then we might look at how this knowledge of who you are and where you are can help impact your current challenge. The second area I often work on with people is helping them to better understand what it is they want to achieve. For example, are those goals in line with the person that they are? Are they intrinsically motivating, or are they goals that are more the result of an outside pressure? Are your goals structured or put together in such a way that makes them more likely to be achieved? Do you know what behaviors you'll have to adjust in order to achieve them? Do you know what you'll need to create? Do you know what you'll need to maintain? Do you know what you'll need to eliminate? Or do you know what you need to accept? So the third and final area I work on with clients is in terms of overcoming barriers, or taking care of what's getting in the way of you achieving your goals. So barriers can be both practical and psychological. A common example of a practical barrier might be getting organised. Do you have a system in place to deal with the amount of inputs that modern life has and the amount of tasks that we're expected to organise? Psychological barriers might include things like procrastination, motivation, or a lack of confidence. Or maybe it's stress. Stress is something that can really get in the way of us performing at our best. Stress can really stop you thinking clearly and can really mess with your motivation as well. So to deal with psychological barriers and things like stress and confidence, we'll often look at how your thoughts, your feelings and your behaviours, how they interact around particular triggers in your environment in order to get you performing back at your best. So that's a brief overview of what I do and why I do it, and the kind of things I work on with individual clients in my workshops and in my courses. In short, I help people to understand themselves, what it is they want to achieve, and what's getting in the way both practically and psychologically a little better. And I do this so they can have more of a positive impact on themselves and on their world. So if you think any of that might be able to help you, please get in touch. You'll get me on jasonmoran.com. All my contact details are there. So thanks for taking the time to listen. If you want to increase your impact or increase your effectiveness, or maybe overcome a barrier that's been holding you back, then please get in touch. Alternatively, you can come along to one of my talks or my workshops or one of my classes, and I'll be glad to have a chat.